Hello everyone and welcome to a long play video. Today we are in my hardcore world and we're going to be building a piggy merchant house, which I know sounds a little bit weird, a little bit random, but I will explain my thought process in a moment. But while I am building, feel free to play this little video in the background while you do some kind of cozy hobby or homework, or you're just relaxing or something of the sort. And I'm just going to be building away. So first things first, we need to gather materials for this build. And I do have a lot of materials already collected. I need to get a little bit more wood and then also some terracotta. And for the terracotta, we are going to have to go on a wee adventure over to the terracotta land, the land of the terracotta, aka the Badlands, because I don't have any terracotta here on my base. But one fun thing about being in my hardcore world for this long play is, first of all, I have armor and I have tools, so building is going to be a lot easier and we can kind of just get straight into the building process without having to get starter tools. I just didn't want to have to go caving and like start in a brand new world. There are perks about brand new Minecraft worlds, of course, but also there's something fun about just like jumping in your world that you already have established and just building. Okay, what other wood am I looking for here? I think oak wood, and I have literally so much oak wood. And that should basically be it. We're just going to be building with 2 kinds of wood for this build. And like I said, I think I pretty much have everything else that I'm going to need. And we're good to go. So maybe we'll go ahead and place down my shulker boxes at the build location, and then we can travel over to the Badlands to get some terracotta. We're going to be using pink terracotta, so we will have to dye it as well, and I need to make sure to just get the regular color terracotta. Can you re-dye like orange terracotta, for example? I am not entirely sure. Maybe you can do that, but I will just grab the regular stuff probably to be safe. Also, peep the block of dirt on top of that tree because of an enderman. You gotta love endermen, except you don't have to because they can kind of be annoying moving around blocks and placing them in your world. But you know, it's kind of fun too to have something other than you moving around blocks in your world, maybe, if you want to view it that way. But I built this really long pathway all the way to a village, and when I tell you it's very long, it takes probably half a Minecraft day to travel it, which I think is just like 5 real life minutes, but that's still a long time to just be like running for 5 real life minutes doing nothing. So I want to make this pathway look really cool, and I want to have some cool builds and bases coming off of it so that we do have things to look at. And I'm kind of inspired by Fwip. He loves to have a real kind of world in his hardcore world, and he wants it to make sense and have stories and lore. And I think that's just the best way to play Minecraft, honestly. So, hence the piggy merchant today, because I would imagine that there would be little bases and little traveling merchants living in the world somewhere. But let me look at this little area. I think I want to build it here. I just wanted to go into FreeCam and make sure that this is a good place for it. And I think right here is going to be fantastic. Also, peep the sky temple up there. We do have 1 build along this pathway, but that's about it. I want to get a little bit more going along the pathway. And you know, let's go ahead and clear out a space for the build too, might as well. And look how fast I can chop down trees because I have a fancy diamond axe. And if I were in a brand new world, I couldn't do that. It would take me forever to clear out this space. So just another reason why building in a already established world is honestly kind of not superior, but there's perks. There's definitely perks to it. I don't always want to just start a new Minecraft world. I know it gets really easy whenever you sit down to play Minecraft, to just, you get that itch, that new world itch, and you just want to start a new world and get your little starter tools. And I definitely get that, and I start new worlds all the time. But sometimes you just want to build, and if you just want to build, a new world is not really great for that, because it's going to take you at least like an hour, I'd say, to actually get to the point where you can actually build anything at all, because you're going to have to get tools and the materials to do it, and just so many things. And I guess after we clear out a little bit of space, we can head over to the Badlands. Oh, let's talk about this piggy merchant. So, if you've played Stardew, then you know that the traveling merchant in Stardew Valley is the little cart is driven by a pig. So that's kind of where the inspiration lies with this. And I want to have lots of little farmland along this pathway, and just people living their life. Oh, okay, wait just a moment. I will continue talking about piggy merchant here in a bit, but let me deal with these guys. Sorry, not the most cozy vibes, but we're also in a pre-established world. Those guys were a piece of cake, not even anything to bat an eye at. Anyways, piggy merchant. I, of course, want to build lots of bases along this pathway and just have people living in my world, or at least I'm imagining that people are living in my world. And the people who trade goods at the village, for example, they have to live somewhere, and this is just an example of a place that they can live at, is this little house that we're going to be building today. So that's kind of the inspiration. And I didn't just want to do like, a regular basic farm. I wanted it to have some kind of theme, and I was like, I never build like a pig anything. If I build a farm, it's like cows and chickens and sheep and then crops. But like pigs, I really just forget about pigs in Minecraft. So this is the perfect opportunity to kind of shine a light on the piggies of Minecraft, and we can have a special little house dedicated to the piggies. And then I was like, oh, piggies? What else has piggies? The traveling merchant in Stardew. So that is my whole thought process. Also, I hear a zombie. He's probably in there, I would have to say. Okay, is this pretty much cleared out? I feel like it is for the most part. We are going to be building a decent sized house today, which I'm excited about. So we're going to need plenty of space. Let's go ahead and place our shulker boxes here. Maybe I'll actually bring this one with me, just because we're going to be traveling and it would be nice to maybe have a little bit of extra storage with me. And then the rest of this junk that's in my inventory should be fine. Luckily, I do have an elytra, but it only has mending on it, so it breaks quite literally so fast. So I'm not sure if we're going to be able to fly all the way there and back. I guess we'll just figure it out. And let me figure out where we need to be going. I did write down the coordinates for Badlands, because we're not about to be just exploring all over this world forever. So let me see the little coordinates I wrote down. We're going to 2500. And then 2000, so mostly this way, a little bit this way. Good to know. And then it is almost nighttime, so we'll go to sleep and then we'll travel over to the Badlands. Onwards we go to the Badlands to get some terracotta. Look at this really cool pond that's right here. It is surrounded by mountains. Isn't that so neat? I should definitely build something there. I don't have any idea what I would build there, but it's such a cool structure, or cool Minecraft generation. I love it. I just don't know what I would do with it. It has lots of potential though. I should also be sparing with my rockets probably, because I don't know if I have any extra with me. I definitely don't have a gunpowder farm or a paper farm. And my elytra doesn't have Unbreaking 3, so we're just like hanging on by a thread with our elytra. I usually don't travel with my elytra too much just because I don't have all of the necessary materials to use it well. But I will use it sometimes. I just have to heal it all the time. Elytras break so fast if you don't have Unbreaking 3 on them. So luckily I have Mending, but I gotta get on that Unbreaking 3 grind for sure. Definitely. But it is also fun to just walk around your world. So I do appreciate that. Okay, so here's a little desert, and then look, the Badlands, it starts. That was actually so much faster to travel, and there's like a little village there and here. That is pretty cool. Have I been here? I am not entirely sure, honestly. Let's take a little peek around. There is a kitty, and there are so many villagers. There are literally so many villagers. Wow. But let's take a little peek in the village. Because again, I don't know if I've actually been here. I will also put on my chest plate just because we're in hardcore. So we gotta be careful. I don't think I have been here. There's a little bit of bread, though I don't really care about the bread, honestly. This is cool too, but like I don't need to crowd my inventory with just stuff, you know? I'm not sure if would literally be anything in here that I would actually be like, yeah, let's for sure grab that. But might as well take a little peek around. I like that lime green bed and the little grass that was in your house. They have taste here. Okay, cute. You all have such a nice cozy village. It's right along the water. Look at this view. Very nice. Doing a little swim while you're farming. I love the vibes. Yeah, like, isn't this so cute? They have a nice little village. Good job, villagers. I'm proud of you. Okay, now terracotta time. Let me get out of this little water. I love the kitties too. I definitely need to make a goal to collect all of... Oh, there's an armadillo. I always forget about armadillos all the time. I forget that they exist, and I haven't done anything with armadillos in this world yet. There's another one right there. Oh, and there's an azalea tree. Whoa. I just can't believe I haven't been over here. It is so close to my base too. Look, there's a camel. Wow. Love all of this a lot. But anyways, over to the Badlands. Nom on a potato. Ooh, and look, there's a calcite mountain. That is good to know. Because if I ever need calcite, this will probably be the best place to go to. A little forest fire. I'm pretty sure that I turned off fire spread. I thought I did that, so I don't know why the fire is spreading. Ooh, I did update my game though, so do you think that fire spread turned back on? I don't know. I have no idea how these things work in Minecraft. This is plain terracotta, right? Yes, it is. Let's make a goal for how much we should collect. What do you think? Maybe like 4 stacks? 5 stacks? I don't know. I don't want to have to come back. That would be literally the worst thing ever. So maybe we'll do like 5 stacks. I went for about 6 stacks of terracotta. So I think that we're going to be pretty good. Also, we have another pillager patrol over there. It's been what? It's been not even 20 minutes and we have another patrol really close to that village, which is kind of concerning. Hopefully the iron golem will protect them. Also, I was talking about the fire spread and how I thought I turned it off. I noticed that the fire isn't actually spreading. Maybe you can see where it did spread a little bit, so maybe I have been over here, so it was spreading whenever I had fire spread on, but now it's not spreading now that I have fire spread off. Again, literally have no idea at all. We need to mostly go this way to go back home, so let's head back home, and hopefully those villagers will be okay. The pillager patrols are just crazy in this world. Look at this tiny itty bitty little calcite mountain. Oh, and there's so many pigs. We're definitely going to have to acquire a couple of pigs. because we're going to be building like a little pigsty muddy area for the pigs to roam around. We'll build like a little traveler's cart too. It's going to be itty bitty tiny traveler's cart. Nothing that cool. But again, we're just trying to tell those stories of a traveling merchant actually having a house where they raise their pigs. And what are they trading? I'm not sure. But they have a little cart to trade their items in. And they could go down the little road and trade their goods at the village or something like that. I could actually put a villager in there at some point if I wanted to, just for funsies. And then I guess he could be like a butcher villager. I don't know. I feel like that's kind of sad. I don't want him to butcher the pigs. But he could be one, I guess. Also, am I going the right way? I am not entirely sure. I don't think I am. I think I need to go a little bit this way. And then I need to go to... I think it's like 3... I don't know. I should know the coordinates of my base, but I don't. We may have to... Yeah, why is there ice there? Okay, stand by, stand by. Let me figure out where I'm going. And I guess I'll go to sleep for the night as well. I definitely need to just like permanently write down my base coordinates around my desk because I'm in this world a lot. So I should have them memorized in my brain, but I definitely do not. I should at least write them down. We need to be going this way for about 5,000 blocks and then this way for about 100 blocks. Also have to keep an eye on the elytra because it is about to break. So you can clearly see how quickly your elytra will break. It's just crazy because we haven't even been flying for that long at all. Like maybe 5 minutes and it's about to break. It would be lovely to have 2 elytras, honestly, so that if one breaks, I can just use the other. Or if I'm traveling a really far distance, I can kind of rotate between the 2. I think that would be nice. But that means I have to go back to the end, and that sounds awful. The end scares me. I'm so scared I'm gonna like fall in the void. And there's literally nothing you can do about falling in the void. Like, you will die and you will lose your world. I'm still going the wrong way. I feel like I should have seen my base by now. I need to go to like 2,900 and then 500. Okay, so I need to go this way a lot more than I was thinking. I don't know why I'm getting so lost. I was like, oh, it's not even that far away. It's so close to my base. And yet here I am flying around like a crazy person, not knowing where I'm going. Oh, wait, look, there's my base right there. Okay, I know where I am now. The elytra is literally on its last leg, but we just gotta land this thing. I think we're good. Nice smooth landing. Perfect. We will put on the chest plate. And before we go over there, we will need to get a little bit of pink dye because obviously we're going to be using pink terracotta. And then we'll probably need some other things that I haven't collected yet, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. Let me bring an extra shulker box just to have like a junk shulker box. And then I'm not going to dye the terracotta until I need it, just because it would be nice to have some extra plain terracotta. And if I go ahead and dye it all right now, then it's going to be pink. What if I don't want pink terracotta in the future? But yeah, I don't have anything for decorating the outside or like landscaping the outside. So no plants or anything. I just have stuff for the actual structure of the build, the actual build itself. So we'll probably have to go back to my base and gather some more things. But for the most part, I have everything that I'm going to need. So I'm excited to get this little build in. I definitely have been thinking about getting builds in along this pathway for a bit now. And we're going to get our very first build in, and I'm excited. And it's going to look so cool. I'm just glad that we are expanding past my base. That has been one of my big things that I've wanted to do in this world, is just really branch out, because I feel like it's easy just to have like a really cool base and then that's it, which again, there's nothing wrong with that. You can definitely do that and that's super cool too. But I don't know, I just want to have a big world, you know? Very Flip-esque, I know. But I love Flip's world and I think it's really cool. Just gathering all of the little oak saplings because they bug me just floating around. Okay, that will do. And we'll go ahead and place down all of our shulker boxes. This one is the junk one, so I will just drop all the things I do not need right now. Apparently I got a piece of white terracotta. And then I'm pretty sure that my ender chest is back at my house, which is fine. I don't really need it right now. So I guess I'll just put my elytra there. And let's get started with this build. And I am going to go ahead and grab a little bit of terracotta right now at the start. And then we can kind of get the blueprint in first and go from there. Let me get some lilacs so we can go ahead. Does this give me, oh, this gives me magenta. I don't need magenta. I need pink. Okay, I don't know why I thought it's the peonies that give you pink. Okay, well, let's head back to my base, I guess. And we'll get peonies or something of the sort. Oops. Thank goodness that wasn't that far of a fall. I mean, even if it was, it would be fine. But preferably a 2 tall pink flower, just so that I can bone meal it and get a limited pink dye. Let's see here. Do I have peonies? I do. That will be perfect. And we'll also grab a little bit of bone meal so that I can bone meal the peonies. And while we're here with the ender chest, let's go ahead and grab that as well. I have definitely accidentally broken my ender chest before. Luckily not in this world, but I've done it before in another world. And it's just so inconvenient whenever you break an ender chest because you have to get all of the materials back together to craft another ender chest. So I'm always super careful. I always have my silk touch pickaxe in my inventory. Actually, my fortune pickaxe is just in my ender chest. I don't even carry that one with me and I only take it out if I'm using it for something specific, you know, like fortuning coal or something. But I don't even keep it with me. Let's do this thing for real now. Maybe I probably don't need to bone meal the peonies just, oh yeah, and they give us so much. I probably didn't even need bone meal at all. Okay, cool. So we'll do this. Well, maybe I will need bone meal. I don't know. It's good to have it just in case. So we'll just dump that in there. Okay, I think we're good to go. We're good to start this thing. And also, actually, let me get some stone going as well. And let's map this out. Honestly, though, I may have to flatten this little section a little bit. I can never keep a shovel to save my life in this world. Do I see? I thought I saw a pillager. I always say cows and pillagers mixed up. I'll see a cow and I'm like, pillager, because they almost have the same exact coloring, like the gray and brown. They look very similar in the corner of your eye. Anyways, my shovel debacle. I can never keep a shovel to save my life, and that's probably because I don't have an Unbreaking 3 villager in this world yet. But I mean, you can clearly see that I'm using an iron shovel right now. And I've had diamond ones before, but I forget to check the durability of them. So even if I have a good diamond shovel, I'll just be using it and then it'll just break. And I don't even notice that it's about to break. So I'm just really bad at checking the durability. My diamond tools, I'm a little bit better, or like my good diamond tools, I am a little bit better at checking. But for some reason, the shovel, I don't know. I just haven't been able to keep a good shovel in this world for some reason. But I'm hoping that once I get some villagers permanently in this world, like good librarian villagers, then I will finally, one of these days, have a good diamond shovel. That would be very nice. And it would be nice to have a like a landscaping shovel and then also a gathering shovel, because if you have a shovel with efficiency 5 and you're trying to, for example, do what I just did over there, I mean, it works, but I do feel like, do I have any more dirt with me? Yes. I do feel like it just mines too fast, at least for me. And then I always end up mining dirt that I don't need to mine. So I need a shovel with unbreaking 3 and maybe not efficiency 5, maybe like efficiency 3 or something. And then I need like a good sand shovel for getting sand quickly. But right now I'm just trying to flatten a bit of land. I did bring some extra dirt with me, thank goodness, so we can flatten some more land. But I just wanted a flat area to work with. Also, I need to go to sleep really quickly. But I think this is looking a lot better. And we are very close to getting straight into the building. So we will start off with the left corner of the build. We'll probably just do it right here for now. We can always move things around if I don't like how things are placed. And I did build this in creative. I usually build all of my builds in creative first, just because I can be a lot faster with my building process if it's in creative, because I can switch around blocks. Originally, this was built with light blue terracotta, but then I was like, wait, it's a piggy build. It's literally a build for a piggy merchant. Pink makes so much more sense. So all of this I'm going to be doing, I'm just recreating my creative build. So keep that in mind while I'm building. Most of it isn't going to be me. It's not going to be the creative process, I guess. And I'm going to do a lot of like counting because I've already built this before and I have all of the numbers and dimensions written down. So this wall on the left side is going to be 9 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And looking at this makes me think that we should scooch it forward just a tiny bit. Maybe like 2 blocks. Maybe here instead. And then we'll scoosh the rest of this up as well. And then this front little part is 5 blocks. And then this again is 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we'll do another pillar on the corner. So we're going to have 3 sections on this build. The left section, the middle section, and the right section. Clearly, this is the left section. For the back of it, we're going to do just 5 blocks again. So 3, 4, 5, and then a little pillar. And then for this middle section, we're going to switch out the blocks. So we won't do the pink terracotta. We will do a little bit of oak instead. And we will also use some oak planks. I'm going to do a mixture of stripped oak wood and oak planks. So is it going to be back here? That is a great question. I don't know. Let me find out. I do think that I am doing it right. Yeah, this looks right to me. So this front wall again will just be another 5 blocks across. And then we can kind of do this number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I did not mean to do that oak. I meant to do spruce. There we go. So that is the middle portion done. And lastly, we will do the right portion and we'll use some stone. I'm going to go back and I can change up and add some variety to the blocks. Right now, I'm just going to map it out with some plain blocks. This right section is going to be 3 blocks, just a little baby section. Like so. And then we're going to go 5 blocks over. So 3, 4, 5. So this one is just a little bit smaller. So there is that. Looking pretty good. This is everything mapped out, the blueprint. I think this is a pretty good size build. Now I'm going to get all of the pillars in. So this left corner will go up 4. And we're going to have some very sharp roofs, so it's just going to go straight up like this on this side, and then we'll do the opposite way in the middle, and then just a regular roof on this side. So that being said, this pillar will actually be a little bit taller. It's going to be 7 blocks, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then this middle section is going to be taller than the left section. It'll make more sense whenever I actually get the build in. Slash, you've seen the thumbnail. You know what it looks like. Let me move this little guy so it's not touching the build. Nothing can be touching it. So what did I say? 5. So 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I think this one will go up 10. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe. I'm actually not entirely sure, but I guess we'll figure it out. So same thing with this one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll probably do that same thing over here. And then with this one, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Unfortunately, I cannot say words and numbers at the same time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, wait, that's not going to be 10 because this is slope. So it's going to be 7. Did I say 9? I can't remember how tall this one is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, perfect. And then this needs to go down 3 blocks. Because again, the roof is going to be sloped. So this side will be shorter than that side, obviously. And then over here, these will be much shorter. So actually, I did not write down how tall they're going to be, but maybe we'll do like 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can always adjust it whenever we get the walls in. Okay, cool. That will be that for the most part. We can fix those pillars if they're wonky and they don't make sense. But there are the pillars in. Look, we're making so much progress. And then I guess now I probably want to go ahead and get the roofs in. I do things in a weird order. For some reason, it just makes more sense for me to get the outline in, the pillars, and then the roof, and then I will fill in the walls. Don't always do it that way, but it just kind of makes more sense in my brain for some reason. Not entirely sure why. But let's go ahead and get all of those roof materials together. The roof is going to be entirely built out of spruce wood. Hello? Oh, I was pressing the caps lock button, and I was wondering why it wasn't just mass crafting planks for me. Okay, so we'll get some spruce stairs, and then we're also going to need lots of slabs, and I don't have any extra slabs, so we'll go ahead and craft lots of them. Literally, we're going to probably need so much. The more the merrier. So slabs, staircases, and just planks as well. Though I will go ahead and craft more staircases. And can't have too many slabs. Cool. So we'll get in this left wall first, or this left roof first. And like I said, it's going to be entirely out of spruce, so the trim and the actual roof. And then for this peak, we'll just go up with slabs all the way across. Oh, I almost fell off. I fall off my builds so much whenever I'm building in Minecraft. Feather falling is a must for me in a Minecraft world. As soon as possible, I've got to get feather falling on my feet. Also, I built this 1 block too high, so let me get rid of that block. And I feel like, at least in the beginning of Minecraft, falling is like the #1 way for you to die. because it can just happen out of nowhere, like completely out of nowhere. Like 1 second you're just like running through the forest, and the next second there's a hole in front of you and you fall in it. And like there's just nothing you can do to really prep for that other than feather falling. And might as well go ahead and fill everything in. Oh, don't want to do those. I want to do slabs. But if we just fill everything in right now, then I can be done with the roofs and I don't have to worry about the roofs. I feel like for me, roofs are my least favorite part about building in Minecraft. They're just kind of boring, you know? Like, it's so structural. You're just placing the same blocks over and over and over again. Like, the shape is fun. And I like making progress with my builds, you know? But I don't know. I would rather get in the walls because they're colorful and you have little windows and there's just more to them. But there is that first little section, so it goes straight up like that, and then for this middle section it's going to go the other way. And I really like how those roofs look together because they're gonna, like, you know, they go shwoo shwoo, and I think it's gonna look really cool. Also, look at the beautiful sky temple from here, all lit up. Love that. We'll do that same thing over here. So we'll start off with the staircases and then we'll go straight on to the slabs. Whenever I was planning what to do with this build, I wanted something. I like whenever builds have really cool shapes and it's not just a rectangle. I am a person of rectangle builds. Like, definitely love myself a good little rectangle, but it's also fun whenever they have cool shapes to them. So I really tried to do that with this build. I want to get so much better at building in Minecraft. I see these builders and they build the most incredible things ever, and they have so much shape to them. I feel like that's really what makes a Minecraft build stand out, is whenever there's lots of shapes jutting off of the build, or I don't know, it's just like a unique shape, I guess. I don't know if you've ever seen a Gray Sun build. He is a builder in Minecraft, but his builds are literally incredible, and there's so many great builders that build just absolutely amazing things, and they're always so cool, and they use the most unique block palettes, and my brain can't even begin to comprehend how you would build something like that. So I really want to get better at my building skills. I feel like I stay within my comfort zone and I don't really branch out that often. So not that this is necessarily branching out, but like I said, I did really try to give this build more shape than I usually give my builds. Usually I'm like, okay, rectangle, check. Cute little fun roof, check. And then that's it. I usually don't do anything else. So, I don't know. I want to try to branch out a little bit. And I need to get some more techniques under my belt so that whenever I plan a build, I can be like, oh, I've done this one technique before, and so I can do it again. And I feel like looking at other people's builds is a great way to get some inspiration, because I mean, it's just like whenever you're learning to draw or do anything creative at all, you have to have someone to give you that initial inspiration or teach you techniques. So it's kind of the same thing. Like I gotta practice my Minecraft techniques. I want to get some more techniques under my belt. And I feel like I haven't tried new things in quite a while. And it's just fun trying to get better at something and make that decision that you do want to get better. So anyways, that little spiel out of the way, we will continue this roof. And it is coming along. We are almost done with the entire roof. Can you believe it? I'm very proud of myself. This block will probably be a plank. I think that makes sense. This little part is a little awkward. Maybe this should go up? Perhaps? Mayhaps? And that will connect like this. That does not need to do that. And then again, this will be a plank. And I need to craft a couple more planks. And we are done with the... Okay, wait. Now we are done with the roof. That's so cool. I can't believe we finished it. Usually I don't do roofs that are just one block, but I feel like it's going to work for this build. I don't know. I really need to get a mason villager like stat in this world. Like, I need one so bad so that I can trade terracotta or trade for terracotta and trade. Do I want to do that like that? I don't know. I think I want to get rid of that. Do it like this? Yes. But I don't have a good source of like bricks. And mason villagers are perfect for that. And quartz, they have so many good building blocks. So I would have loved to do like a brick roof, but I just don't have a good source of bricks. So that's another thing that I like gotta do stat in this world. Okay, for this one, we will do it on the same little level. This little beam. Like so. And so the top level is kind of 2 stories. And then we will do that same beam over here. And then we get rid of that slab. And then again, same beam going across the back. Cute. I think it's coming along so nicely. And we're making so much progress. Like once you get the pillars and the roof in, you're golden. We're going to be speedy now. We've got this. Okay, let me get, first of all, my totem in my offhand. And then we'll get some pink terracotta. Go ahead and fill in that left roof. Also, it is raining, if you haven't noticed. And I don't know how I feel about it. Whenever it starts raining in Minecraft, I feel like I always have to say something about it. Because if I don't, then we're just like, I don't know, mutually accepting that it's raining, but no one's talking about it. I don't know. I feel like it needs to be talked about, you know? I don't know why I feel that way. Okay, this little section up here actually is going to be oak. So we'll have a bit of oak peeking out like so, like that. And then on this other side, we're going to have oak on the bottom and then the pink on top. So we'll do a little switcheroo action. And we will also have some windows. So let me look out here and see how the windows should be. Like this. This is how they will be. And we'll do that same window here at the front. Is it like this? I think it's like this. Yep. And then we'll do a cute window. I'm excited about this little window design. So that is the left wall filled in, other than the details, obviously. And then let's go ahead and do this middle wall. Also, I apologize if you hear little doggy noises. My dog is roaming around, little Ginger. She is always in the room with me whenever I record. What am I doing first? Let's first do what I need to do before I start yapping, because I will forget what I'm doing. I need to get a couple of brick stairs because we're going to have a little porch right here. So we'll do this and this. Okay, anyways, now I can continue yapping. But yeah, she's always with me whenever I record. Like, how how could I expect her not to be with me? Like, this is her room too, you know? And she would not allow, absolutely would not allow me kicking her out. To be fair, I would never do that. But she would like be so upset. And I could not record if she was not in the room with me because she would just whine at the door the whole time. So we just have to deal with some ginger noises, which I don't mind, and I hope that you don't either. Because she is just shaken. She likes to rub against the bed, which is so funny. So you could probably hear her rub against the bed. Okay, and then this side doesn't need to have that little porch, so we'll add some of the stripped oak logs. Just adding some variation, because if it's all oak, then I don't know. It's a little bit boring if it's all just oak plank. So gotta add a little bit of variation. And then we'll probably bring it all the way up to this beam. What is this? Probably should add something here. Let's look at the outside and see how the outside is looking. Yeah, I like it. And then this needs to be filled in too. Okay, cool. Now let's fill in the top section. And that's going to have to be fixed, but we'll fix that in a moment. But the top section will, again, just be this pink terracotta. Though we are going to have a fun little roof design. And I think it is nighttime, so maybe let's go to sleep and then... Or not fun roof design, fun window design. First, we'll go to sleep and then we'll get that fun window design in. And for said window design, we will need a little bit of spruce trap door. So let's go ahead and craft that. I'm also going to need some more spruce stairs, so we will craft that as well. And we have everything that we're going to need for this upper section. And I guess this will probably be pink terracotta. Yeah. So we'll do it all the way like that. And then... this, I guess, isn't going to connect. Is that annoying? I don't know. I guess we'll figure it out once we work on the inside. Okay, cool. So we're going to go ahead and start getting that little window design in. So we'll do this little rounded thing. Like so. Am I doing this right? I feel like something is off. Let's just commit. We'll just keep on going and we'll see what happens. But what is that? Let me step back because it's looking a bit off. Yeah. That's so off. Okay. I think I know what I need to do to fix it. So this is a little bit too tall. And then we're actually going to have another beam going across, I think here. Perhaps. Or is it a little bit higher? I don't know. I honestly don't know. We may have to hold a second while I figure this out. A couple of things. I was wrong. We don't actually need trapdoors. We just need slabs instead. We're going to put the slabs here in the middle. Another thing, I didn't actually finish this little roof over here. So let me build up a little bit more. But it needs to kind of like go out from the build, you know? Like this a little bit, so it's more of a trim kind of thing. But let me show you what it's looking like from here. We have this little like open window kind of thing. And actually, I think I want it to be oak instead. So let me fix that. We'll get there eventually. Just part of the build process. Let me make a little bit more oak staircase. And then some oak slab as well. And then we'll fix it. And we'll probably, I'm thinking, do that same window design on the back as well. So we'll actually need to make a little bit more oak staircase. But this way, it's kind of the same color as the wall is what I was thinking, instead of the same color as the roof, because it's kind of part of the wall, you know. That's what I was thinking at least. Oh wait, before I get up there and then have to get all the way back down, let me craft another set of oak staircases. There we go. Nom on some baked potatoes. And then get this backside in. And again, we'll just do that same thing. I am going to have to make sure I get this sidewall in too. I can't forget about that, because that would look super weird if I didn't have it in. But this goes all the way up on this side, and then same thing on this side. Oh yeah, and then I did just a little slab right there. And then for this beam that goes across, does it go across here? I think it does. Cool. And then this will get filled in. And we'll do that little oak staircase and slab detail. I like having different windows that aren't just like glass panes. So it's not that different, but you know, it's not just a glass pane, I guess. Okay, cool. So, oh yeah, let's get, before I forget, let's get the sidewall in. And maybe we can just build up here. Yeah. And we'll have great access to it. Actually, notice how the wall is flush with this. I don't know if I like that. Don't we want the little, what is this called? A pillar to stand out a little bit? I feel like we do. So we'll get rid of this. And we'll allow that pillar to stand out. For this detail, what is this doing? It is part of the roof, so we can't get rid of it. I think we'll just have some staircases there and it'll make that look better. And then for this section, we'll just continue the roof across like so. I think I like that a lot better. And again, we'll fix this so it doesn't look as weird. Well, actually, I can just do it right now. Let's do that. We'll just hide this little strip of spruce. Let's see. It's not perfect, but it definitely works. We'll just leave it like that. Cool beans. So next, over to the right side. Look at our progress. I'm so proud of us. We're doing so good. But this side, I wanted to do a different block. Again, I'm trying to do like lots of shapes coming off from the build, and therefore want to do lots of different kinds of blocks for each shape that I have coming off of the build. But I want to get a little bit of mossy stone brick, and then probably craft a few more stone bricks. And then we can get rid of this little foundation and start to add some more variation in. Maybe we can have a little mossy guy right here. And then for this window, wait one second, I'm looking at my screenshot, don't mind me. Just one moment. One moment. Okay. And then for this one, we will just have a basic window. I know I was just saying, I don't like basic windows. I want to do fun windows. But here we are going to do a basic window. We're having variety. It's called variety. We'll just say that, okay? Yeah, but right here, we'll just leave that part open actually. And fill all of these little bits in. Let me get some more variation in there. And then actually, I think this will be stone on this side. Let me get a little stone brick there. We'll definitely have to get in here and figure out what is going on the inside because I have no idea. I think about interiors very last. Interiors never, for me, inspire what a build's exterior is going to look like. I just get it in. And then I figure it out after. And then for this side, I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know if we will do like any windows or anything. I don't like to necessarily have windows on every wall of a build because it kind of makes the interior more difficult to do. I guess in that sense, it influences the interior kind of influences the exterior. But if you have windows on every side, then like where are you going to put the staircase? Or like what if you want to have some cabinets or some shelves or something, you know? Okay, what about that? What does that look like? It looks like a wall, a pretty good wall. And then we'll fill this in. I just want it to be too tall like that, and we'll like fill in this little weird spot too. But I do want to maybe make this like moss. Okay, cool. I think we have the build in. We have some more like tidying up to do of the roof. Like so. See that, doesn't that already look better? And then on this side, we gotta do lots of rounding of corners. For some reason, I can never have like a straight corner. Like I have to round it off. It is just ingrained in me at this point, and it looks weird whenever I don't round my corners. So I do this with pretty much all of my builds. This is an example of me staying in my comfort zone, of me just like doing the same thing with all of my builds. Because this is definitely one thing that if you look at my builds, it's on all of them. But let's go ahead and make some more trapdoors because we're going to need them, because we're going to be rounding off so many corners. And it takes a lot of trapdoors. And then we'll do the same thing on this top section too, but first we gotta take a little nippy nap. Let's finish off with these corners, and then we can detail other parts of the build. Again, we're making great progress, and we really don't have too much to do, at least for the exterior of the build. Progress is being made, and I'm going to have another build in my hardcore world. How exciting is that? And this little bit does need to go all the way to the top like that. That looks a lot better. Then maybe we can just maybe like that. Or actually, let's just do like a little trapdoor guy like that. I think that looks a little bit better. What did I do over here? Is over here? Okay, well it has a little bit more space than this back section does, so we'll just leave it like that, I'm thinking. And then continue these corners. And then I do think we'll leave this back wall without, well actually I need some more trapdoors, let me go ahead and craft that. But I'll probably leave that back wall without any windows. Again, just because I like to have a little bit of wall space for exterior related things, or interior rather related things. I'm surprised I made that little jump. I definitely thought I was going to fall down. And then last but not least, we will do one over here. Do we need anything here? Yes, we do. What shall we do? Should we just do this? And then maybe just like bring trapdoors all the way across? Let's see what that looks like. We'll step back. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. And then I wonder if we should do that same thing actually on the top. I need to make more trapdoors. You can never have too many trapdoors. First of all, they're so expensive. Second of all, like a full stack of planks makes 20 trapdoors. That's just not enough trapdoors. But yeah, I'm thinking that I want to do that same kind of design up here just to keep things consistent. So we'll get, oh, wait, there's a reason I did it like this. Okay, never mind. Maybe we can do this little thing though. Sure, why not? Cool. Okay, we'll do it like that. And then what else do we need to do with this little build? I want to add a chimney, so we'll definitely get to that. But maybe let's fill in the windows and the doors. So we'll do a spruce door. For some of the windows, I want to do some little oak trapdoor details. And then we'll also do some pink stained glass for some other windows. So the door, of course, spruce. Over here, for this window, maybe this isn't a good idea because if a villager eventually is living here, then a zombie can definitely get through. But I feel like this little window detail is kind of cute, and we can put like a little flower pot there or something. So I really like that. Again, I'm just trying to do different things with all of my builds. Oh, actually, I'm going to need some more oak trapdoors. But I figured that these walls were different, and I've never done walls or windows quite like this before. So why not do them here? And then I want to do like a little window box situation like that. And I don't know if we'll put anything there. Oh, there's some powdered snow that I am sinking inside of. But maybe we could put like a little cake there. Wouldn't that be cute? Or something of the sort. Oh yeah, and then we'll do pink glass panes here just to match with the pink terracotta. Add a little bit of pink over here. Oh yeah, and we gotta do something there. I think I already did that on the front side. I think I did this little detail. Yeah. Let me see if I did it. I did do it. Okay, cool. Look at our build. What do you think about it? I am quite happy with it. I guess next step, let me get the chimney in. So we'll do some mossy stone brick, some stone brick, and then I went ahead and crafted the campfires already. And oh, actually I am going to need 4 stone brick staircases. Maybe we'll do 1 mossy and then we'll do the rest regular. And then let's scaffolding all the way up. I'm going to do a thicker chimney than I usually do. Usually I just do like 1 by 2, but I think this one will do 2 by 2. Maybe we'll place it here. So we'll do this number. And I don't want it to go up too high or to look kind of goofy. So should it stop there or should it go up a little bit more? Oh, let me do some free cam. Yeah, if you're crouching and you do free cam, you just fall through the world, which has scared me more times than I'd like to admit. And actually, looking at this, hello, the chimney is in the middle of the build. I need to move it over probably like there. I'm glad I did free cam before I just like started placing things, placing my campfires and stuff. And then let me get this roof back in. Okay, we'll put it like here. It needs to be as far over as possible. So maybe here? What do we think? We'll try it. And then we'll step back and we'll take a little peek. See how it's looking. And then I'm thinking it's probably gonna need to go up a little bit too since it's a little bit lower. Okay, yeah, I think that looks a lot better and we can go ahead and get the staircases in. So I want to do some upside down staircases. Kind of like so. And then I had to figure out a way for them to not do that. We don't want that to happen. And I say this every time I do this, but I just don't know the way for me to, did I fix it? No, see, like, how do you get that to not happen? I have no idea. I just place blocks until it fixes itself, and it always eventually does, but it would be nice to know if there's actually a trick. I assume there is a trick, you know? Wait, did I fix it? See, I want them to all be disconnected from the lower block. And I don't know why it connects. And then sometimes it doesn't. Like, what did I do different that last time? I have no idea. Really, I should look it up and like figure it out or something. Okay, cool. So I wanted to do that chunky chimney. What do we think? It is quite a chunky chimney, you could say, but we're gonna leave it. We're gonna leave it chunky. And then now we pretty much just need to detail things. I need to add some lanterns and yeah, basically some lanterns. Right here, I do want to make this little bit stick out. I was trying to get the log, but we'll just get it whenever there it is. But yeah, I want this bit to stick out and we'll hang a lantern from there. Cool, so let's get those lanterns going. And I was thinking about placing the pigsty, or whatever you want to call it, little pig field over on the right side. I will probably need to flatten out this area a little bit more, just so that it looks a bit better. What am I looking for? I'm looking for lanterns. Also, let me get that totem in my offhand. So, lantern here, like I mentioned. And then also I think we can place another lantern at this little bit. Will I like that? I'm not sure. And then we could do that same thing back here. We can take a step back and free cam and see how that looks. Free cam for me is an absolute must-have mod. I don't love how they're like right on top of each other. I need to balance out some more lanterns elsewhere, so let's start doing that. But free cam for me is a must-have mod. It has truly changed my building game so much. It's so nice to be able to just take a step back and see how your build looks. Maybe we'll do some more lanterns here. But if I didn't have free cam, then I mean, I guess I could go back here and like look on this tree, but you don't always have a tree to step back on. I think that lantern placement is very nice. I am happy with it. I always struggle knowing like, when do you have too many lanterns? You know, when is too many lanterns too many lanterns? But I feel like that's a nice balance of lots of lighting, but not too much lighting. Also, let's go to sleep. And I think that is about going to do it for this build. We have a lot more to do today. Don't you worry, it's not over yet. But for the build, it is about done. We have some more landscaping to do. I want to, of course, place those flower pots. And then I'll also want to do some like bushes and stuff. But we'll get to that once we get the interior in or something of the sort. Right now, let's start getting that pigsty in. Or whatever you would call it. I don't know if you would call it a pigsty, but I don't know what else to call it. So we're calling it a pigsty. And then also I have a little bit of dirt in my inventory so that I can flatten this area out a little bit. Also, whenever I was building this build in creative, let me know if you know what was happening. But I was building in creative and I went ahead and used a spawn egg to just spawn some pigs in my little pigsty that I did in creative. And I like took a break. I had the game just open and running. I'm looking for more dirt, by the way. Okay, there's some more dirt. But I had the game open and running, and then whenever I came back, there were piglins in the pigsty. Is that a thing that happens? Like piglins spawning inside of, or like pigs making piglins spawn? I truly have no idea, but I've never seen that before. And I just came back and like, there were just piglins. Or like zombie piglins, not just piglins, but zombie piglins. It was so weird. Okay, so for this little fence, I want to do, instead of just like a regular fence, I'm going to do alternating stripped oak logs and stripped spruce logs. Just so that we have, I don't know, a roof that looks a little, or a fence that looks a little bit different. I'm gonna put these blocks right beside of each other so that I can like quickly switch. Yeah, it's looking good so far. And then we'll do some regular fences around the front so that we can actually see the piggies. Because if we did this all the way around, you could only see the piggies like from the top or if you're inside. And I want to see the piggies all the time. How is this looking? I think we need to make it just a little bit bigger, but we are nearly there. And then we're going to fill the middle of it with podzol and mud, which I think will be cool. Maybe let's round it just a little bit, and then we can start to get the fences in. So maybe we can do like that deal. And then do I have any spruce fences? Did I bring any with me? No, but I have a couple of gates. I will need those. But yeah, we will just craft the fences. And I'll need to make some sticks. Do I actually have sticks? I might. I do. Perfect. So we don't need to craft sticks. Fence and spruce fence. I'll just craft 39. Sure. That'll do. That'll do. And then we'll have it. Oh, those are gates. We'll have it come off like this. And like this. And then eventually, whenever they meet, I want to do some stripped spruce logs here. And then since we have like a little diagonal thing, obviously you can't place a diagonal gate. So we'll place 2 gates. We'll do one here and one here. And the pigs actually can't get through that, but obviously we can open it and get through it. So there's like a little, wait, what if we put a, no, nope. I want to keep it like this kind of diagonal weird thing. I don't know. Is it weird? Perhaps, maybe, but we'll leave it like that. And then I need to get some spruce slabs. Also get the totem back in my offhand. And we'll do this so that they can't jump over. Should we do any like slabbage here? Like what if we did this number? Just to have like some height variation. And then maybe what we'll do for the oak ones is we'll do some oak trapdoors so that we still have like that bumpy detail, but then it's covered as well. We'll step back and see how that looks. I'm not sure. I'm going off script here, off script for my creative build. I like that. I think that actually looks pretty good. Okay, cool. We also need to get some like little lanterns in there. So what if we do, oh wait, can't go through there. How can we do lanterns? Maybe, nope, not like that. We could just do like lampposts. Well, there's a lantern there, so I'm not sure. We could do one like coming off of there. What do we think? So what if I make this little log a bit higher? And then I can still do this little detail. And then I'll do a little fence guy. Let me get a lantern and then also a trapdoor. I don't know if I'll like that, but maybe. And since it's in the corner, maybe it'll be okay. It won't just feel too random. But I'll put a trapdoor on top of the fence. Like so. Maybe facing this way. And then we'll hang a lantern. What do we think? What do we think? We'll do it. I'm not sold on it, but we're gonna do it. Next up, we need to fill the pig pen with mud and with podzol. So I went ahead and I did not craft this. Can you craft podzol? Actually, I have no idea. But I went ahead and collected some podzol. And then we have some dirt that we can make into mud. And I went ahead and got some glass bottles. And actually, let me place this water source a little bit closer. But this way we can like infinitely fill up the glass bottles. And then we can just go through and just place the glass bottles on mud. I'll show you what I mean here in a moment. But first, let's do the podzol, I'm thinking. And we only have a stack, so we do have limited podzol. But we'll place as much as we can. This way it looks a little bit more piggy friendly. I feel like this block is literally perfect for a pigsty. And actually, I say pigsty, and I know that pigs have such a bad rep. But let me just say that pigs are actually very clean creatures. So saying pigsty sounds messy, but pigs are clean, okay? Which I'm sure you know, but I just want to make the record know that I I'm here for the piggies, and I'm not being mean to them by saying they live in a pigsty, because that just sounds so bad. It sounds like I'm being mean to them, but I am not, I promise. Okay, maybe mud everywhere else. What do we think? I actually have pet a pig before. So, yeah, not to brag or anything, but yeah, I've pet a pig. And they're like hairy, which you would not think, but they are hairy. And their hair is very coarse. Like, I would imagine an elephant, not that I've pet an elephant, but I would imagine an elephant would kind of feel like a pig does. Maybe it does. Also, I just filled up one glass bottle. I don't know what that's gonna do for me. Oh, no, I didn't. I filled them all up. Never mind. Don't mind me spewing nonsense. But I was thinking, again, I'm going off script here, but what if we did some little path blocks? I like that. So we have 3 different block variants here. Also, I am going to need to get another shovel, because I'm pretty sure all of my shovels are broken. Right? Yeah, I don't think I have any more shovels. And I can't make path blocks without shovels, obviously. Let me see if I have one in my chests. I don't think I do. This is going to be literally the worst thing ever, but I'm being so dramatic. It's not the worst thing ever, but I am going to make just a little wooden shovel. There's no reason for me to go all the way back to my base just for a tiny bit of like diamond or a tiny bit of iron or anything. So this will do. But I think that this looks fantastic. Let me just say, I am quite liking this little block palette here. This little floor block palette. Do lots of mud over here. This is a little bit tedious, but it's getting the job done. Maybe I could have collected mud another way, but like I said, it's getting the job done. It'll do. Oh, it's nighttime. Hello. I swear I like turned around and it was just nighttime. Nighttime just hit so fast. Okay, cool. I like that though. Let's go to sleep. I love that we can place gates on top of path blocks now. I think that is such a cool little thing that they did. Let me get the gate. There we go. And then I hate whenever this thing happens. Whenever there's like a little bit of dirt showing. So I obviously have to get rid of that and replace it. Gotta be like very detailed about this. I gotta place the block perfectly, but there we go. And then we'll make like a pathway, like a proper pathway. But there's the pigsty. Cool. So now that that's done, actually, I was thinking, again, going off script here, but like, do they need a little like overhang? I wasn't planning on doing that, but like, now that I'm looking at it, I feel bad for them and I feel like they need a little overhang. Let me just like whip something together. I don't know if it's gonna look good or not, but we're just gonna try it and see what happens. Also, I always end up with my totem in my, not in my offhand. I guess that's just how it happens whenever you're building, but I gotta make sure to keep it. I can't imagine if I would die and my totem was in my inventory. I would be so upset, literally so upset. I don't know what I'm doing. Let the record show that I have no idea what I'm doing. I want to bring this up a little bit, I'm thinking. There the totem goes, not in my offhand again. Let me get some more spruce sapling or spruce logs. And then I'm going to do this. Then we'll put some little trapdoors here. And then, oh yeah, no, actually we shouldn't have brought it up. I think it looks better if it was lower. So scratch that. This is why I usually build my builds in creative. Obviously, these little things isn't always necessary to build in creative, but I just save so much time because I don't have to. You can obviously break blocks instantaneously in creative and just like whip around block variants very quickly. Maybe something like that. Oh, wait, I have an idea. Like that. What if we keep on bringing it out? Hear me out, hear me out. And then what if we do like a little fence? You know, what do we think? And then we can connect it with gates so that it just like has a little bit more support. Let's step back and see. Wait, I kind of like it. See, they have like a little place to lay to, if they need like some shade or to protect them from the rain. I actually love that. Wait, that's so perfect. Okay, cool. I'm so happy that I added that. And look, I let this record show that I can build things in survival without going in creative, because actually I really like that design. And I just did it like on the fly. Wow, I'm so proud of myself. Okay, cool. The next thing we need to build, and the last thing we need to build, is a little cart, because I mentioned that I wanted this to be like a merchant's house, and obviously they're going to have a little cart that they bring to the village with them, which is actually over there. And originally in creative, I built the cart here, but we are running out of flat land. I wonder, because I'm going to have the pathway here, and it's going to go all the way down to the main pathway. We will connect that. So I don't want the cart to be just like out of the way, like over here, because again, the story, we got to think about the story. How did they get the cart over there? It would make sense for the cart to be really close to the pathway so they can just like, you know, bring it onto the pathway really quickly. We could build it here, but it's going to cover the build, and I don't want it to cover the build too much. So where instead shall we place it? Maybe let's go ahead and like get a little bit of the pathway in. We won't bring it all the way down, but we will at least map out how the pathway will go, the flow of the pathway. And we are going to need to build so many wooden shovels for this, but that's kind of how it'll go. So we have some empty space here. We do have empty space over here. And then, I don't know, we're kind of running out of flat space. Let me think on this, and I will pop back in whenever I have a plan. So I don't necessarily love this idea, but I do think it would make sense for the little cart to be on the side of the house. So maybe we can just place it there. Story-wise, functionally, I think it makes sense to place it there. Why I don't love the idea is I really like to look at one spot and have all of the builds in one view. So if it was right there, like, you know, you could look right here and then see everything. It doesn't really matter that much. But if it's over here, we're not really going to see it that well. It's going to be like really tucked out of the way. And again, we're just not going to see it. But I do think it makes sense for them to like place it over there. Yeah, let's just try it. And I guess if we hate it, we can always move it. But let's go ahead and get all of the things we're going to need for it. So we'll need some oak trapdoors, because those will be the wheels of the build. We'll need some spruce signs, actually. And 1, 2, 3, 4 should be enough, because I think we just need 4. We'll need some spruce trapdoors. We have those, check. We'll need, yep, we already have slabs. We'll need a couple of gates, so we'll need 1 more. There's that second gate. And then last but not least, I think we just need some cherry trapdoors. And again, this build is very simple, so don't expect a masterpiece. I'm not about to build a masterpiece. Let me think also how I want this to face. I think I want it to face as if a pig were here. They could just bring the cart out this way. So we'll have like the seat of it be facing this way. So we will start off by placing some spruce slabs. And actually, I think I want it to be over 1 block. So right here, actually. And then how long is this build? I guess we'll have the tires. We will place the tires here and here. Yeah, I think this makes sense for them to park it right there. I think that's a good place to park. I'm thinking about this too much. I think this will work. Okay, and then this will be like the seat of it. And we'll even place like some little spruce trapdoors there. And then because this cart is literally the tiniest cart ever, for the walls of it, we're just going to do trapdoors. That way, we won't actually be able to place anything inside the cart, but the cart will be hollow. If I were to place full blocks here, then you wouldn't be able to actually look inside the cart. It would be just full of blocks. So we'll do that number. And then to fill in like the rest of the walls, we'll have cherry trapdoors like this. Also, obviously, I have to mention that it's raining. You know, gotta do that. For the roof, we're just going to add some spruce slabs across. This one is just temporary. Move that. This little cart is so funny. You should have seen the first cart design I did. It was all kinds of goofy. I think this one definitely looks a lot better. What did I do in the back? Oh yeah, I think I want kind of like a seat in the back, kind of like this number. Yep, that'll work. That'll work. And then for this seat at the front, in order to make it look more seat-esque, we'll do this. And look, it looks like a little seat, and we'll have some armrests. Look how stinking cute. Oh, I didn't mean to write anything there. Look how cute. And then this gate, these two gates will act as, you know, where the pigs will stand. And is it nighttime already? I swear time is moving by so fast. But that about does it for the cart. I know. Trust me, I know it's tiny and maybe a little bit questionable, but I also think it's really cute. And it does look like a little wagon. So it gets the job done, okay? Obviously, the outside of this build does need more work. We need to do the pathway and a little bit of landscaping, but I am going to shift my focus to the inside of the build just so that we break up everything a little bit. So I need to just place down the walls and the floor. Usually for my interiors, I never know how the layout's going to be until I get the walls and the floor in, which probably makes plenty of sense. But I imagine that this is going to be a little room. So that being said, let's place a wall here like so. And we'll go ahead and do like the same wall as this wall. So we'll even add the stripped oak logs and stuff. And then I guess we'll just bring it all the way to the top. And then we'll figure out what we're doing for the second story, because right now I don't know. And actually, let me jump off and we'll just use some scaffolding. I think that will be a little bit easier. And then I'm not sure what to do about the interior completely. Part of me doesn't find it super necessary to have like an entire interior in this random build. I guess I just like don't know when, like, is it necessary to place an interior? I'm not sure. I mean, I can do literally whatever I want with this build, but also like it's literally just for looks. So is it necessary to do an interior? I don't know. I at least want to get it like finished so that there's a floor and walls and stuff. I do want to do that. Let's also place a little door there. And then this floor will need to be a little bit lower. And oh yeah, I don't have a shovel. I do want to craft myself another wooden shovel. It'll make it just a little bit easier for me. So there we go. We can dig out a spot. But this little section over here, the floor is a bit lower. So what if we place a staircase here? I don't know how that's going to work with a door, but we're just gonna do it. I think it'll work. I don't want to place a staircase on this layer because this room is already so tiny. It'll make the room even tinier. So I think this will work. And then I guess we'll just do that same spruce flooring. I think that'll work. Because we can't do oak because these walls are oak. And we can't do stone because those walls are stone. So I think this is good. And then we'll fix the roof very last, I'm thinking. Over here, we do need to do another little step down situation. And this one I think we can put here. Though, should we add a wall? No, I think we can leave it kind of open concept kind of build. I think we'll do that. And then we'll probably do a spruce flooring again, I think. I think it just makes sense, especially if this is going to just be one big open room. Obviously, I can do whatever I want, and I could do like a more fun floor, but I think I'm just gonna stick with this spruce. I have this block with me. It'll be quick and easy. So that pretty much gets all of the floors in. And now we need to figure out the wall situation. I think I can get rid of this block. Yes, I don't know what it was doing there, but I can definitely do a top floor, that's for sure. And I would probably, this is going to be a little bit too low. It's going to look so tiny. So it would have to be like here, which the window is a little bit low, but also like, what do you do? I think that's our one and only option. And then over here, I think we'll probably just leave it one story. Obviously, I don't think it makes sense to make it 2-story. So we could do like a loft situation too. Or not, I don't know. Just place some blocks right now, figuring out what's going to happen. I'm thinking no loft actually. But let me get some more spruce blocks. I need to get some more spruce slabs. And then maybe some more staircases. Yeah, definitely some more staircases. And get them totem back in my offhand. So staircases. Probably we'll need those for the ceiling, I'm thinking. And then we'll do slabs. And we'll make plenty of slabs. I find slabs always go by so much faster than you think they're going to. Okay, cool. Let's see what to do about the ceiling, because I am not quite sure yet. But yeah, I'm thinking that we do make that a wall. So what if we just do the same oak deal that we've been doing? Maybe. Obviously, we're going to need some kind of staircase for sure. Let me just place this here. I don't think this is going to work, but I just want to try and see what happens. Because what if we place a staircase here? Okay, so we can access this little up area. It's not perfect, but it does kind of work. Maybe we leave it like that. Or what if we turn it out a little bit? Like this, you know? So that it's not just weird here. And actually, maybe we can do like a little spruce detail. You know? And then we can turn this staircase like that. Okay, it's like a little half wall situation. Or maybe we just place some slabs on top of it. Okay, I kind of like it. That works. Cool. And then I never know what to do for underneath the staircases. Maybe just that actually. We will do that. And then for the railing, let's place some trapdoors maybe. Though we will have to get some more. But we could just do that. Just to kind of like, you know, give an illusion of a railing. Maybe. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. We'll do it. Maybe. Maybe we'll see. Okay. And then this part will need to be finished off too. So I guess that is our next task. We will do maybe some staircases here. And then staircase there. No, I don't like that. We actually might just want to bring some spruce straight across. Keep it nice and simple like this. And then it kind of has that little arch. And then actually just placing blocks, seeing what happens. What if we do like that to kind of copy what it looks like on the other side? Maybe. I don't know how much I love that. I do want to finish off this little section here that shows. Maybe we just do that. Yeah, keep it nice and simple, and I can still go up the staircase, so we're good. Yeah. Okay, cool. I think that this area is looking nice and cute and cozy. What is... Okay, that has to be there. And then I guess we should probably do this section. So we'll do upside down staircase. And then we'll just do that same thing, honestly. Just bring the blocks all the way across. And then does this have to be here? It does. Oh, and it is nighttime apparently. So let me go downstairs and go to sleep. But we've pretty much finished all the walls and the ceilings and stuff. So we can clearly... Oh, wait. My bed is literally with me. I could have went to sleep in the house, in the safety of the house. But yeah, everything is pretty much finished in here. So we can just decorate, which is the exciting part. I went ahead and gathered a bunch of interior decorating goodies so that we can just get straight into the interior decorating. And you don't have to sit through me gathering all of the goodies. But there's that door there. And then over here, I think I want this to be the kitchen. And it's actually a pretty big space. Wait, is this a big enough space for a living room? I don't think so. So maybe we should do a living room here. Let's think about the layout first. We could also do a living room here. And then this could be the bedroom. We could do that. I usually do the bedroom always on the top floor. But we could switch things up. So what if this is the entryway? This is the bedroom. Upstairs is the living room. And then over here, we'll have plenty of space for a kitchen and a dining room. Let's do that, shall we? So for the kitchen, maybe for the counters, we'll just do this situation. And then actually, I should probably bring the shulker box inside, or I'm going to have to keep on going in and out. But this can be crafting table because I'm sure we'll need one of those. So crafting table there. And then whenever I first started playing Minecraft, I used to always do this one detail. I would place two polished diorite blocks on top of each other, because doesn't that look like a fridge? Like, you cannot tell me that that does not look like a fridge. So we'll do that. And then for the oven, we'll do a little furnace. Cute. And then I'm thinking for counters. So one thing about me is I don't like to place a bunch of workstation blocks around. So for example, barrels are considered workstation blocks. Just because if I'm moving around villagers, I don't want to have to like contend with the villagers like going everywhere and being annoying and trying to get jobs everywhere. I want it to be as simple as possible for me. So I usually don't place workstation blocks literally anywhere. So instead for cabinets, we'll do this, and then maybe we can kind of like connect them like so. But we can just place like flower pots and lanterns and stuff on top of it. Ideally, I would do the barrels, but you know, like I said, I don't really want to do that. So we'll do like a little chest there. And then maybe do one facing this way. And then we'll need another lantern. And I have them in here. Maybe in the corner. Oh my goodness, it is already nighttime. Let me go to sleep, I guess. But here is that upper cabinet situation. No, maybe it's not perfect, but I think it'll work just like that. And then now we need to figure out a table design. Usually I'm not like super good at coming up with furniture designs with just normal like non-modded blocks. So how should I make a table? Maybe, oh wait, that's not how you make staircases. We gotta make planks first. Sorry, I'm like really thinking right now. Actually, let's do some fences. What if we just do like that classic Minecraft table design? Like we'll do this, and then pressure plates won't touch. So maybe instead we'll do just trapdoors like this. I know that there's holes through it, but we kind of have to do oak because everything is spruce. So if we do spruce, like it's just gonna look too samey. So I think we'll just stick with the oak, and then we can go ahead and do some stairs like this. And then let's get some oak signs as well. That will be 3, and then this is 6. My inventory is so full right now of decorating supplies. I feel like especially whenever you're doing interiors and just like decorating and detailing, oh my goodness, your inventory gets so full. Okay, there is our, what is it called? A dining table? Hello? There is our dining table. It's kind of questionable, but we are going to make it work. I feel like the longer I've been playing Minecraft, the more my brain is just like not wanting to work. So I'm sorry that I just like can't get out sentences sometimes. Okay, we'll do like a little rug like that. And then maybe we can do a little entryway rug here. Maybe just like so. I like that. And then I need to place this back down so that I can dump more items in it. Maybe here we could do, oh yeah, I wanted to do more trapdoors on the stairs. I'm all over the place, but we'll do some trapdoors like this. I wanted to place another one there. I want to place one here, but like it's not gonna work, so I guess I'm not gonna place one here. Oh, not right there. Don't do this to me. There we go. Yeah, we'll just do this. We'll make this work for us. And then I was thinking about, I don't know, having some kind of like entryway table or something here. We can only place one item on it, but you know, it's the thought that counts. Like we could do that. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. And then what else could we do in this little entryway? We could do another table, but we can make it a different table instead of using scaffolding. So what if we do spruce trapdoors instead? Perhaps. Is this going to get too much in the way of the door? Is that going to look weird? I'm not sure. I mean, not really. It does kind of look like it's standing in front of the door. Maybe we just do a little table like this. And then we can place a cute flower pot on top of it. Okay, cool. We'll do that. So that's pretty much this done. I do need to get like the flowers in the flower pots and wall decor in, but let's continue getting the furniture in. So bedtime. It is bedtime. And obviously we're doing a pink bed. I figured that pink could kind of just be the accent color for this house. And maybe just like a single bed, because this room is pretty tiny. So yeah, we'll do a single bed. Maybe we'll do some chests on top of each other, because again, I don't like to do workstation blocks for furniture items. So we'll just do chests instead of barrels. And maybe like facing this way. And then we'll do like a little footboard there. And then maybe like another little table here, and we'll put a flower pot. Oh wait, we haven't done the ceiling for this room. We definitely need to do that. I think I'm just going to keep it super, super simple. Not going to do anything crazy. Let me dump some more things in this chest. And then let's go out here and see if we have any spruce staircases. We do. And then we'll grab some spruce slabs as well. And we'll just do like a super simple ceiling. We should probably light it up too, because I'm gonna make it pretty low and I don't want any mobs to spawn. Though I don't know if I don't think mobs can actually spawn on upside down staircases. I feel like they can't. Okay, but we'll do that. And then we can do a little rug as well. Cutesy cutesy. And honestly, I think that's gonna be for the bedroom. I mean, it works. It's a tiny room, but I think it's fine just like that. Yeah, we'll leave it like that. And then let's work on the upstairs. So I was thinking that we could do a couch with a pale oak staircase. And how should we do the couch? We could have it like sticking out from the wall. Wait, that's goofy. I don't know why I did it like that. I don't know. Actually, I think it should be touching the wall, just so that we have plenty of space to like put some kind of little like TV or something. Also, I cannot place this sign. There we go. But like, isn't that the cutest little couch? I love it. And then if we place scaffolding, is that going to look too goofy? Maybe. I want them to have a TV, okay? I want a TV for them. Maybe we can do this and then... See? Wait, it's a TV. Though, I mean, maybe. Okay. I have an idea of how to maybe make this look a little bit better. And I think I want an oak staircase to do this. I want some kind of like entertainment system. That's what I'm thinking. And I think that maybe this would look better. Yeah, we'll do that. And then we can do a nice fluffy rug in the middle, obviously. Ooh. And then I wanted to do the scaffolding table. Maybe we'll do it there. And then we'll actually be able to place a flower pot on top. Cute. I know it's simple. I know all the furniture here is like super simple, but it works. I think it's a nice like vanilla furnished house for sure. Let's add some more lanterns and then actually put flowers in the flower pots. Ooh, let's do this cherry sapling there at the entrance. Here, what color flower? Oh, let's do an azalea bush. Yeah, I like that idea because it'll nicely contrast with the pink terracotta. We have a thing in here too. Yes, we do. Let's do a tulip. I like that. I really like tulips. And then we have another one here. Which one should we do? What else did I bring with me? We can do one of these azure bluettes. I think that's cute. Boop. There we go. And then let's figure out where we're going to place lanterns, because obviously I feel like we need to have lanterns everywhere. So where should the lantern in this room go? Ooh, in the corner. I like that. Good idea, me. And then this room already does have a lantern. I feel like it's probably good. And then this room has a lantern too, though. I feel like we should place another one. Oh, wait, I got a chain. I brought a single chain with me. Chain, this is your time to shine. And we'll place it like right on top of this thing. This thing as in, oh wait, I don't think that looks good. This thing as in the dining room table, but I don't think that looks good actually, because the table is too long. Maybe that. Yeah, maybe we just do that. Okay, it gets the point across, but I feel like adding the chain makes it very obvious that it's not centered. So I don't think we'll do the chain actually. And then does this have a lantern? It does not. Oh, perfect. That's literally perfect. Oh wait, what if we add the chain there? Chain? Is it your time to shine? It is. I think that'll be perfect. Okay, cool. I think that's pretty much it for the lanterns and for the flower pots. I think now we need to get some wall art up. I brought plenty of paintings. And then I also like to use item frames as wall art as well. So we'll see if we can stick that anywhere. Also, I always bring hanging signs with me whenever I'm doing interior work. But I never place them anywhere because I don't, like, where would I place them? I have literally no idea. Oh, one time I did do this fun shelf detail where it looks like it's being the shelf is being like supported. That's the word, is being supported. Though I only brought oak hanging signs with me. So I feel like that doesn't work with this. I feel like I would definitely need spruce. So maybe not for the hanging signs. Maybe we won't do those this time, unfortunately. Also, I do need to go to sleepy. We'll go to sleep in this bed. I think this is an obvious place for a painting here. So let's go ahead and place a painting here first. And I always do like this number so that we can actually place the painting that we want, like the size that we want. Oh yeah, we'll do the creeper. I always envision this as a creeper in a bubble bath. Is that correct? Is that a picture of a creeper in a bubble bath? I don't know, but whenever I look at it, that's the vibes it gives me, is bubble bath, creeper. I don't think it is a bubble bath creeper, but you know, it kind of looks like one. Any paintings here? We could place a little baby one here. What do we think? Maybe that one. That's kind of cute. Sure, we'll do it. What about upstairs? Oh, we already have this painting, and honestly, I think that might be all the space we have for a painting there. What about in here? Oh, I don't know what just happened with the camera there, but that was kind of goofy. Sure, let's do that one. That'll be perfect. And then for the item frames I brought, I can at very least use the item frames to like place down some food. Maybe I'll do like an app. Oh yeah, I have fish too. So like I can do a little apple, and then I can do a little fish. Oh wait, I'll do a fish on top of the furnace. What if they're cooking up the fish? Let me get it in my hot bar, and we'll turn it like so. Cute. And then we'll do the apple here instead. And then also I baked a cake. How fun is that? And I figured that we could place it here. Do you know, like, whenever you see, I don't know, is it in like old movies or old art, you always see like a pie outside the front window, you know, or like the kitchen window. It's that kind of vibe. So maybe there. I like it. It's cute. And then also, now that I think about it, I want to place some little flower pots there. And maybe we'll just do azalea bushes. I feel like they're nice and big, so they make a difference. They really pop. And then we'll place another one here. And they look really good from the inside. Oh, wait, but then there's an azalea bush there too. Okay, instead, we'll do a dandelion up at the top here. Perfect. Okay, cool. I think this little place looks super cute and cozy. I'm really happy with how it turned out. Let me know what you think. Very simple, but honestly, I feel like with Minecraft interiors, you just gotta like fill up the space, and once you fill the space, then it's done. You know? Does that make any sense? Like, if I just keep on adding things, it's gonna be way too full, and the space is full now, so I think it's good. The next thing we need to do is, and really the last thing we need to do, is add this pathway, and then I guess also do a little bit of landscaping around. But yeah, we are on track to finish this build pretty soon. Also, I did go ahead and craft myself a couple of spruce staircases. I crafted myself a couple of iron shovels, so this process can be a little bit faster for us. Also, I like to give my pathways a little bit more variety and shape. So we'll do like that number. And then we'll add a couple of staircases going down. For this pathway, it is going to have to turn a little bit. There's like a bunch of weird stuff going on. We got a bunch of like open caves. I'm thinking that we place some torches here. Not that it's really going to do anything for us. And then we'll probably have to get some more dirt, but then we'll just like cover this section up. Just fill in the hole. And then we'll have to chop down some trees too. Let me go ahead and chop those down. And then we can get a little bit more dirt. I need to chop down this tree too. I feel like this build looks so cool. And I'm so happy with it. Like, that is such a good looking build, don't you think? I'm just happy with it. I think it looks fantastic. Oh. Did you hear that noise? I think that was a skeleton turning into a stray. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that that's what happened. There is definitely some powdered snow up there. And, you know, there were probably a couple of nights I stayed up a little bit too late. So I probably let some skeletons spawn. That is very interesting. You don't hear that sound every day in Minecraft. I was like, what is actually going on? Am I about to meet my death now? You know, you never know. Okay, so we'll bring the pathway going this way, and then we'll probably start to do some spruce slabs instead of staircases. It is a little bit awkward. We'll have to keep on working with it a little bit. And actually, I think I'm going to make this a staircase. I don't know. It's giving me staircase vibes. And then maybe we do another staircase here. I don't know. And then we'll have to turn it some way. Or we do another staircase and we chop down this tree. I kind of like the idea of their staircases being in line. Yeah, so we'll do one there. Oh yeah, and we'll have to do another staircase too. Actually. Oops, I did not mean to place the staircases down. I meant to place slabs down. Okay. And then we can just continue the path here. Also, we'll have to chop down this tree. It is very much in the way. Continue the pathway. And then maybe it's a little bit awkward for it to like connect right here. Maybe instead it should connect here. And then again, we'll have to chop down this tree. And then just connect it here. We'll have to fix that. That looks goofy. And then for some reason, it really bothers me whenever the path blocks don't have grass surrounding them. I don't know if that's just me, but like this, for example, bothers me. So we have to place a little dirt block there. Oh my goodness, I keep on placing dirt where I don't want to place it. Go there. And then we're gonna fill this in because it looks goofy. Okay, cool. I think that pathway works. Actually, let me scoosh it over a little bit more because you gotta think about when you're walking on it, if it's going to make sense for you to walk on it. I want to get rid of that block. Okay, and then we go up the stairs. We turn. See, I kind of hate that. This is still a tree, and it needs to not be a tree anymore. But hate this. So, I think we just do that. Maybe? And then hate that. So we kind of fill it out a little bit more. What do we think? This needs to be more path. Okay, I think that fixed it. Maybe. Kind of, sort of. Yeah, I think that works. I hate this. I hate when the trees connect to each other. It bothers me so bad. So if we can not do that, and then these should all decay. Oh wait, there is a real tree here. You can stay a tree. I will accept that, though we will have to disconnect it from this other tree that is actually no longer a tree. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, this one. Gotta disconnect this one for sure. Okay, is it done? No, it's not done. It's never ending. Is it done now? Who even knows? Let's see. Walking down the pathway. So far, so good. I will eventually have to like fill in that craziness because it just looks so bad. Okay, I think that works. We need to fix that because as we know, I don't like that. We have to fill in the dirt below the staircase. So I'll get some stone bricks. And then I just need to kind of like fluff out the land a little bit, as in with like grass and flowers, because it's looking a bit naked. And it is nighttime. I swear, like, I look one way and then it's daylight, and then I look the other way and it's literally nighttime. I also think it could look good if I replanted some of the trees because I did have to chop so many of them down. I like how the build is in a forest and I kind of wanted to stay that way. Also, look at this tree being evil. What if I just plant a tree there and we'll just look at that one too. We'll just pretend that it's fine. I kind of want to plant one here in the front, but then it's going to cover the build. So then I don't want to actually. Yeah, maybe. Okay, maybe we'll just do one there. I don't know if it's actually going to grow, but hopefully it does. And then luckily I have some bone meal with me. So we can bone meal around. And then I was thinking about planting lilacs. Lilacs are probably my favorite 2 tall Minecraft flower. So definitely have to place those. And then some dandelions. I figured that the pink and yellow could look good together. What else do we want to place? Maybe that's about it. Oh, wait. Wait. I have a shulker box inside, and I have some bushes in there. Right here. That'll be perfect. Anything else? Maybe that's good. We'll see. For the bushes, where do I want to place them? I was definitely thinking about just doing like that number. Do we want to do that? It's a bit manicured. It looks a bit like, you know, someone took some shears to the hedges and made them look nice. Do I want to go for that vibe? I'm not sure. Let's just do this, and I'll punch the grass so that it feels a little bit more like random and not like I bone mealed a section. You know? Usually I prefer just to like shear the grass and hand place it myself. I feel like you get the most authentic look like that, but I'll make it work with just punching it. We'll also have to get some pigs, obviously. Okay, I'll leave that 1 too tall grass there. But like all of this definitely needs a little bit of bone meal. For sure. It just looks naked without it. But yeah, we'll get some pigs for sure before I end this long play. It would be cool to get like all the different variants of pigs. I don't have any of the new variants of literally any animal. I have just all the old variants. I need to get on that variant game for sure. This tree, what did I do to it? It looks so wacky. That's okay. Oh yeah, and then let's try to grow. Oh, is it perfect or do we hate it? What do we think? I kind of hate it. Maybe it's fine, actually. We can still see the build. It's a lot more hidden, that's for sure. It's a beautiful tree. I just don't know if I love the placement, but the tree itself is gorgeous. Like, look at it. It's huge. Okay, that's a normal tree. I will take the normal tree. And then this one, I'm hoping that it's just going to like fix the leaves and I don't have to get rid of them. Okay, questionable, but we will leave it. Okay, cool. Now flower time. I'm just going to place some little lilacs, sprinkle them randomly around. No rhyme or reason really, other than it being random. Oh, I guess I should probably like bone meal back here too. Gotta watch out for that stray because I'm pretty sure there is a stray somewhere. Oh, I wanted to leave that too tall grass. I didn't mean to get rid of it. And then I need to place the azalea bushes there too. And I guess that dandelion can live there. I will accept. Let me break these leaves. Get them out of the way so they can start decaying. Maybe I should place some bone meal here too. I think the pink just brings together all of the pink from the build. Though to be fair, the pink terracotta is not that pink. It's definitely more of a, what color would you call that? Like fuchsia, magenta. Definitely not like a pink that I wouldn't look at that and be like, yeah, that's pink. Like, it is definitely in the pink family, but it's not just pink. Ooh, we can place a little flower in the pig pen. Can we? Yeah, cute. I like that. We'll place a couple of yellow ones. Ooh, and then we need to place a flower here for sure, for sure. What do we think? Yeah, I think that looks a lot more filled out for sure. And it's looking pretty good. I think that it is piggy time. Let me clear out my inventory just a wee bit. Oh, and I do have a little carrot. I did bring a wee carrot with me. Okay, that looks better. My inventory at least looks better. And let's get this carrot and find a couple of pigs. I brought 2 carrots. So if we find 2 pigs, then we can breed them and then we'll have 3 pigs. That's what we're going to hope. That we can find 2 piggies. Where should I go? Maybe this way because there is a plains that way. So it seems like it could be a good contender to look for piggies. If we go that way, it's just more forest, really. We'll run into an ocean. We'll obviously run into my base. I don't think there's any piggies in my base, unfortunately. Let's see if we can see the build from here. Oh, definitely cannot. This is just like so foresty. Can we see the build like this? Yes, we can. It looks nice. I'm glad that we have a little build there. Also, rip this forest where this little lava pool was. It'd be cool to incorporate the lava pool in some kind of story of my base, you know. I don't know what we would do there, but you know, a lava pool is kind of cool and it was naturally there. I feel like it should be something. I have literally no idea what though. Oh, I see 1 piggy, 2 piggy. Perfect. We have our piggies. Out of all of the piggies, honestly, the pink ones might be my favorite piggies. What other colors? I know the warm one is kind of like an orangey brown. Where did he go? Hello? Wasn't there a pig? Hello? Did he go in the cave? Is he cave pig? You come here. Thank you. And then we'll rescue this pig wherever he went. But yeah, what's the other color? I literally don't know. Yeah, pig, come down here. You got it. I believe in you. I believe in you. You've got this. You are like really tucked in here, aren't you? There we go. And then I love to change my perspective whenever I'm moving around animals. Wait, do pigs move faster? They definitely do. Than like cows and sheep. How did I not know that? I'm pretty sure they move faster. Look at them zoom in. I feel like they're definitely zoom in. That's so cool. I mean, technically you can ride them. So it would make sense for them to be faster. Like they can almost keep up with me. Or actually, they're a tiny bit slower than I am, but they can almost keep up with me. That's pretty cool. Like cows and sheep, I feel like are so slow. Also, let me just say, I've never ridden a Minecraft pig in my whole life. I should definitely do that. Let me know, have you ridden a Minecraft pig before and like made the little carrot on the stick, put a saddle on a pig? I don't know. Why would you do that whenever you have like a donkey or a horse as an option? I mean, I guess if you like can't find a horse, but if you can find a pig, I guarantee you could find a horse. I wonder if they're faster. They can't be faster than horses, right? I have no idea. It is a really cool mechanic and I'm glad it's in the game. I just don't know when I would actually ever use it. But it is cool that it's in the game. I feel like I was saying something before I went on to talking about how you can ride the piggies, but I definitely do not remember what I was talking about. And it is nighttime, so let's take a little nippy nap and continue on our way to our piggy base. Home sweet home piggies will open up the gate. And look, they can squeeze through so nicely too. And they'll make a little piggy baby. So cute, look at it. And I believe that about does it for our piggy trader base. Definitely let me know what you think about it. I feel like it fills out this area so nicely. I'm so glad that we have a build to look at as we are walking down our very, very long pathway. And it just looks so good. I'm so proud of myself, and I think that this build is so unique and it doesn't look like any of the other builds in my base, which is always a win for me because obviously I'm trying to do new things in Minecraft and build new things. And then I feel like the interior turned out really nicely as well. It is very simple, but honestly, that's all you need in a Minecraft base, in my opinion, at least for the interior of a small build. You know, it just needs to be really simple. A castle, that's another story, but this, I think it works perfectly. So I am going to go ahead and wrap this long play up here. I hope that you have enjoyed it. And I hope that you all are having a lovely, lovely day. And thank you so much for watching. Bye!